Previously, deep below the surface, Superman and Lex Luthor are surrounded by roaring, Kong-sized gorillas. Lava flows through the cracks in the cavern walls. Their uneasy alliance begins in chaos. Today's story starts with Harley Quinn lounging on a couch that isn't meant for comfort. She says, "Your couch kind of stinks, Doc." The doctor replies calmly that it's not for lying down. Harley calls herself Wonderfrau and insists on being called Diana and begins bragging about her twisted love with Jay, her soulmate, rival, and kill-on-sight enemy. When the doctor asks if she would really try to kill him, Harley smirks and says she wouldn't just try. Then she adds that her Jay is on another version of Earth entirely. It's revealed that the doctor is actually Dr. Harleen Quinzel, Harley's sane counterpart on this world. Harley says she trusts her completely, though they've just met. Leaning forward, she confides that she wants to find this Earth's Jay, because maybe, just maybe, he's her chance at a happy ending. Her comms suddenly buzz. She answers, "This is Miss Wonderfrau." A voice urgently warns her that Lee Shaw is about to detonate her head bomb and that Waller's dead. Harley refuses to believe it. "Waller loves me," she says confidently, but learns Shaw has taken control and the Justice League is here. When told Batman's on this world, Harley's grin widens. Perfecto. Before leaving, she tells her counterpart, "Laugh the glasses, Doc, so cute." Back underground, the apes close in. Lex mutters, "Titan-sized apes. I guess Kong isn't one of one." Superman warns him that they're already in enough trouble. They call a temporary truce, defensive only. But Lex breaks it almost immediately, firing a blast skyward. Superman demands compassion, Lex mocks his morality. An ape smashes Lex from the air. Superman yells from him, but Lex brushes him off. Superman's losing power here. Taking the chance, Lex flies away. Superman is grabbed, freezes the creature's arm, and breaks free with a final icy blast that scatters the herd. Breathing heavily, he mutters to himself, "Trusting Lex. Way to go." Inside Monarch's base, Flash zips from screen to screen as Batman studies the data. Barry summarizes decades of Titan monitoring. Godzilla's the alpha keeping balance. The rest remain dormant, waiting for a trigger. He grows dizzy mid-sentence. Batman orders him to rest, but they both know components from the damaged Batmech are critical to reopen communication with Mr. Terrific. After some arguing, Bruce gives in. He says, "In and out. Do not engage, you're a newlywed. We need to get you back to Iris in one piece." Barry grins and vanishes in a streak of red lightning. Luthor arrives at a towering structure veined with glowing blue energy. Shaw's voice crackles over comms asking about Superman. Lex reports the Kryptonian is still busy with 8 Titans, while he inspects what looks like a throne room carved by giants. He confirms the glowing minerals are their target. Lex smirks that this is their key to the life force energy they need. When asked if he can extract it, Lex replies smugly, "Where there's a Lex, there's a way." Barry sprints through dense jungle, still holding his head. His thoughts echo, "My skull's pounding, not my finest hour." He finds the broken Batmech arm and starts scanning it for power. Then, over comms, Terrific says, "Batman, if you can hear this, please acknowledge." Flash says, "Mr. Terrific?" He barely finishes the word before Cheetah pounces, claws tearing across his chest. As Barry crashes backward, Kong's colossal shadow looms above them. Meanwhile, Mr. Terrific tries reaching Bruce. Lois stands beside him, worried that Clark hasn't responded for too long. Hal Jordan steps forward. "Open it up. I'm going in." The portal activates, lighting the room. Lois gasps as Kong's massive face appears through the shimmering gateway. In the back of a chopper, a bound Wonder Woman sits chained by Enchantress's magic, as Peacemaker and the others banter. Peacemaker mocks her capture. Enchantress warns she could always let her go for a rematch. Manta finally cuts them off, announcing they've reached their destination. The helicopter lands. Peacemaker brags. Freeze complains about the weather. And Supergirl suddenly appears from the storm. Wonder Woman snaps her enchanted chains, revealing she let herself be caught. Then, the fight breaks out instantly. Supergirl joins her, Together, they dismantle the villains in seconds. Wonder Woman says, "Your egos are your undoing." When Freeze shouts for someone to shut her up, she and Kara trade opponents, and Black Manta dives overboard to escape. Afterward, they rescue Jay Jorgensen, a Monarch archivist, who warns breathlessly, "They're coming." Batman's hologram appears over the ship's bridge. He explains that Lex's experiments with titanizing have advanced. King Shark was only the first test. A global beacon has been sent to summon more monsters. Wonder Woman says, "Has anyone heard from Superman?" Batman replies, "There's an entire other world beneath the surface, Hollow Earth." Supergirl fears that if Lex has moved to Phase 2, it means Clark may have failed. Superman sits weakly on a cliff ledge, listening for Lex's heartbeat. Nothing. He tells himself he needs to return to the surface and forces his way upward through the crust. Breaking through rock and sunlight, he freezes Meteor, face to face with Godzilla, who lets out a thunderous roar. Superman exclaims, "Great row!" Inside their ship, Shaw fumes about the Silent Squad. Lex reminds him that respect isn't earned through fear, but they both know the others value only themselves. As alarms ping, Lex reports, "Godzilla just made landfall." Shaw gestures to the screen, where glowing markers flash. 2 Monarch outposts have fallen. Shaw says, "Perfect. Things are about to get interesting." At the portal site, Hal Jordan floats between worlds, staring up at King Kong. He greets him with a confident grin and a line from the Green Lantern Oath. Barry mutters that the monkey has no idea what he's talking about. Kong roars, the sound shaking the ground. Then a red streak slams into the mountainside, Superman, battered and smoking. Hal says, "Superman, this is bad." Superman replies, "It's been better." He tells Barry to rest, then soars off again. On the other side, Lois hears the report and gasps, "Clark's fighting Godzilla again?" Godzilla's atomic breath scorches the sky as Superman dodges through the blast. Mr. Terrific confirms Hal's heading in to help. Wonder Woman and Kara are on their way. Batman explains that something on this Earth weakens Kryptonians. They can't absorb enough sunlight. Lois presses for a solution. Terrific simply says, "Help is coming. We have called the rest of the League." Hovering before the giant beast, Superman raises his hands in peace. He says he means no harm, that he only wants to restore balance threatened by invaders from his own world. Godzilla roars in reply, "No diplomacy today." Superman says, "If I must earn your respect, so be it." He charges, uppercutting the monster's jaw. Godzilla retaliates instantly with a pulse of atomic flame. Supergirl blasts him from the side, but the tail sends her crashing into the dirt. Superman catches her mid-fall. Supergirl simply says, "Thanks for the catch." Superman replies, "Anytime, let's finish this." Back aboard the USS Saratoga, Mr. Terrific races against time with Wonder Woman, Flash, and Jay. They modify a Monarch device, but Diana's divine energy keeps disrupting the readings. Terrific admits he'll need another subject. Barry volunteers despite his injury. Both Terrific and Diana object, worried it could worsen his concussion. Barry insists he can handle it, but Terrific refuses. Back outside, Superman and Supergirl realize their attacks aren't enough. Supergirl says, "This isn't working, Cal. He's barely flinching." They try a combined strike, but are swatted aside. As Godzilla charges another atomic beam, a green wall bursts to life in front of them. Hal appears, saying, "Take a breather. I got this." High above the world, Manta's ship descends toward the Hollow Earth gateway. He explains to Cheetah that they have been summoned, that the Titan energy below powers the entire project. Cheetah sneers that she doesn't care about Shaw or Lex, promising to kill them both when the time comes. Manta says he'll handle Shaw himself, calling Waller's execution out of bounds. Cheetah laughs. There are predators and there are prey. Their ship dives into the glowing tunnel below. The Kryptonians lie exhausted in Hal's fading shield. He says, "Can't keep this up much longer." Wonder Woman arrives, holding a silver cylinder. She explains it's a temporary Titan growth serum, only enough for one, and it won't work on her. She warns that the side effect slows the mind. Superman doesn't hesitate. As long as I can still fight, it's worth the risk. He breathes from the device. His eyes ignite blue. In seconds, he grows, towering to match Godzilla. He roars and lands the first blow, shaking the island. Wonder Woman asks, "Clark, how do you feel?" He only growls, instinct taking over. Godzilla's tail slams into his chest. Hal says, being giant's affecting his speech. Wonder Woman replies, he's running on instinct. Superman's heat vision collides with Godzilla's atomic breath, this time evenly matched. The sky flashes white. The explosion levels everything. When the smoke clears, both titans lie motionless in a crater. Supergirl stumbles forward. "Kal-El?" Hal weakly asks, "Is he?" Superman lies there, mumbling incoherently. Then, shadows eclipse the scene. Vast wings, multiple heads. King Ghidorah and other monsters descend from the storm clouds. Hal stares upwards. Whose side are they on? And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and comment your favorite moment down below. I'll see you next time on Superhero Explained.